奴が相手でも容赦はしないよ。
Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and today we have a new unit, or I can't really say new because it's a revival banner for the Shadow Festival. Now we have a couple banners here, 2 limited time and 2 Shadow Festival. If you've seen my other video, then you should know that I kind of went over like the rundown of each one of these, but we're going to be going over specifically the 6th Member Zeta right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the max stats right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here is her power to, so here's her power to healing boost. And then here's her healing boost to overheal. And then down at the bottom, we actually have quite a bit for the grouping, and the grouping is nice. And then I'm going to be running into her magic gear right off the bat before I go into her abilities. So we're going to go ahead and... Alright, so here's the advertisement. I haven't seen this one in a while. Mega boost crit rate of allied attackers, and this is correct. Additional damage dealt for poisoned target. So that's actually, yeah, that's the thing too with the strike combo. So that's you're gonna definitely want to watch for. So like for her strike combo, I'll go over it because every Shadow Festival unit has something unique with their strike combo. But let's go for the magic gear here. At the start of the wave, raises healing boost of all allies by 180%. for 20 seconds. Now this one's actually kind of a very unique one because essentially it's giving a large boost to the healer, and I feel like it could be like, since this is a really good attacking unit, it should focus more on like raising attack or damage inflicted, or even more crit rate if that's possible. But I guess it's just a way to mix up the character even more, adding more variety with the healing boost aspect of it. It would especially go well with very tough bosses like the Black Rose. That would work very well. Make sure you get enough healing, so you get full heals instead of dying right away. So that's not too bad. I mean, I feel like it could work in Arena as well too. So not a bad magic gear by any means. All right, next let's just go right into the abilities. Alright, so here we have 6th Member Zeta here, and I'm going to actually go into why this unit is a pretty good unit for Shadow Festival green attacking units now. So first we're going to see her hidden technique, Brutal Finale. So in Brutal Finale, we have lowers the crit defense of all enemies by 30% for 20 seconds. Good to note here. So 20 seconds. So if there's 20 seconds left in the wave, you want to have more than 20 seconds left in the wave so you can have that full effect of that 30% of the crit defense lowered. It also further inflicts 1,200% damage. Now the damage factor is on the low end, which is not that good. I wish there was more damage here, but obviously we're in it for the crit defense. So if you get the crit, it's going to make up for it. When this is awakened, you will find that the crit defense of all enemies is raised by a whopping 20%. And that is good. So that's something you're going to want to see on the roadmap. Damage does not change. So unfortunate there. So that's Brutal Finale for the hidden technique. Next, we're going to go into her 2 other moves here. One of them is Venom Storm. And what this one does is it inflicts 3 times poison, 4% of the skill user's attack, on all enemies for 30 seconds. Now, that's a large amount of poison, or I would say like a pretty decent stack of poison for 30 seconds, half a wave. Dang, that's going to be, it's just continuous damage is always nice. And then it further inflicts a very low amount of damage, like here, so we could just negate that. That really does not matter. When it's awakened, we go to 2 more stacks of poison with a 50% increase in the damage. Forget that. Not that important. I mean, damage is damage, but these 2 stacks, the stacks of poison, are the most important here. So, moving on to the next one, we have the Savage Overload, which inflicts a 4-hit damage combo, which is just 200% there. Again, not good damage. There's a common theme here. This unit does not output a good amount of damage. On the last enemy in line, further inflicts sleep for 10 seconds. So the fact that we have 2 different elements here. So we have a poison element that could be 5 stacked or 3 stack at base, and then we have a sleep for 10 seconds. Now if we increase that, look at, actually this one's not bad because it's a little bit better on the damage at least. So you get 100 and, let's see, what are you getting? Yeah, 150 more damage. So not really good, not bad. So I mean, you have 350 damage, so at least it's like a standard damage at that point. Yeah, this is specifically targeting the last enemy in line. So if we're looking at PvP here, you're going to inflict sleep on that healer. They're not going to be getting heals. So that's good. So if we take a look at this last one here, this is the skill that makes up for everything. Because after every 10 seconds after the start of the wave, you're raising your crit rate of allied attackers by 5%. Further increases crit rate by 5% if it is green elemental. So you're looking at 10% crit rate. Like after the 10 seconds of the wave, you have 10. A couple more seconds every 10 seconds, you can get up to 50%, or like 40 to 50% on the crit rate, which is a good, decent crit rate for you. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Now, if we take a look at it when it's awakened, that'd be 10 and 10, 20. This is what you're gonna want to see right away in the roadmap. Right away in the roadmap, you're going to want to see this. Because it's going to rate the crit rate of allied attackers by 10%. This is all allied attackers. If it's green elemental, it's another additional 10. So if we take a look at the full potential here, we have 20%. And then after every 10 seconds... So like you can get to... like after 40 seconds, you're at 40%. Like 50 seconds, you have 50% for base. This is just base what I'm talking about here. Now if we go to the awakened, 5% more. So after 50 seconds, you're doing 100% crit rate. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 100% crit rate at the last 10 seconds, and then you're having like even after like, so at, like you're at 20% after 10. Then you're at 40 at 20 seconds. You're almost doing like a coin flip at that. But so after 30 seconds, after half the wave is over, you're doing 60% crit rate. Absolutely insane. 60% crit rate after 30 seconds has been over with. You want to see this awaken. If you ever at A1, like, we got actually we got to see this in the roadmap. Let's go ahead and take a look there. I'm gonna get into the art right after, but I just want to see. So go into awakening, and we have it right off the bat at A1. See, I had a feeling. So it is at A1. That's what makes this unit so good, because if you get this unit, throw them crystals in it. Or if you happen to get a second copy, oh man, this is going to work wonders. This is going to work wonders on the team because of that crit rate, that beautiful, beautiful crit rate. I mean, essentially it's going to be a main staple of Green Team, I think always, because of that 100% crit factor. If we get another, like, I think Awakening Our Shadow was really good, and I happen to have that unit, so pairing this unit up with Zeta would be very, very good. Now, if we get another green unit that can just do, just churn out a lot of damage, that's going to be super good with crit rate, I'm telling you right now. Alright, so yeah, A1 is just absolutely nuts. So if you go to A2, we have the 2 stacks of poison. That's even better, so you're adding 2 more additional stacks of poison. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to go from A1 to A2, That's not bad for that extra poison. I'd probably do it too. This one, not really. You're not gonna, there's no stress for A3. A4 has that magic gear slot. And then this one actually has that jump, that 30% to 50% lower crit defense. Now, that's still pretty good. A5 is definitely noteworthy for sure, just for that boost alone. But, I mean, you can be comfortable stopping at A1, and that's something you really want to see in the Awakening roadmap. A2 is just a little added bonus with that 2 poison. So, stopping at A1, good. Going up a step further as A2 is not necessary, but the poison stacks are good. And that's all I have to really say for the Awakening roadmap there. She may not do enough damage to, like, stand alone, but I think the crit rate makes up for it. So the small amount of damage you do is going to get a crit factor to it, which makes up for everything. That just changes the whole dynamic of this character just by crit rate alone. Just using 1 buff. That's crazy. And then also, the poison stacks and sleep stacks, you're sleeping on the last enemy. You're like causing sleep on the last enemy, and you're poisoning all of them. Absolutely nuts. Really good for PvP, really good for bosses, really good for Armageddon. How can you complain? It's just a good unit. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Should I pull for 6th Member Zeta? Yes, yes, yes. Go for it. And, like, especially if you're torn between the 4 banners, this is definitely the one to go for. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I already have 6th Member Zeta, and I already have her A1, so I don't want to go for her again. Okay, fair. But what you're going to want to next then, if you're going to target something like next on the banner, you might be eyeing up this Delta. Let me just tell you something, because she's also a green attacker. Skip that one. If you have Zeta, go for this one. Go for this limited time one, because these two go hand in hand. And what I'm talking about that is that there is some crit defense that enemies have, and if you check out my other video with this specific unit, this unit is able to give you more crit rate right away, 30% more crit rate with the magic gear, and then, you know, also be able to debuff the team, or debuff the enemies, so you're doing more damage on top of the crits you're doing, and you're lowering their crit defense. Absolutely insane. I cannot stress enough how crucial this duo team is. Unfortunately for myself, I don't think I'm going to be able to get Zeta and Takane. So that's something I'm probably not going to see, but if you have that potential to do so, I would definitely try. I would definitely try, because that is a really, really good duo. That's all I have to really say, but before that, let me just go right into the art, because I promised the art. So this one is not too extravagant, but you see the city, obviously you see this highlighted character here, and the moon. It's a pretty good shot. I think the colors in it are great. The only thing is there's a lot of open space here, and you get to see a little bit of the city here, but there's just a lot of open space, and I feel like they could do more with it. Either way, that's all there is to know for 6th Member Zeta. This is Vigo, signing off.